Well, hi there. Here's another Icon Bronco I just finished. This is a 1974. I just bought the new GoPro Hero, so let's see if we can improve the quality of my videos. So here we have the tilt column that also comes through the dash at about 6 degrees higher of an angle than stock. These four controls are for headlights, wipers, fan, vent, and temperature. 12-volt power port, LED indicator, the Cessna AC vents, and the Learjet visors. These visors are cool. They're made in California. 5-axis double hardcoat CNC'd aluminum with polarized Lexan. Here you see our Newport Wipers design wiper system, which is designed to fit with all the different year Broncos. And then I love those old 70s mirrors. They're just fun. So we use those on the CJs and the Broncos as well. So this is up at the end of DeSoto where there's a state park and the pavement's really screwy, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to mount the GoPro and show you the front radius arms and Fox Racing shocks in action, doing their thing. This truck, it's funny, most of the Icons end up going to, I don't know, back east or overseas or whatever, but we just don't see many Icons staying in California, so this truck's nice in that it's going to be living in Northern California, so it won't be too far away from its rebirth place here in Southern Cal. This truck will be delivered here in about a week. Really happy with it. It's the second one we've done in this sort of burnt orange color. Here you'll see the effect created by the reflective architectural glass that is an option that we offer. I personally like it a lot. I guess the CHP might get pissed, but so far so good, no complaints. This truck is not the same burnt orange as the last one. We monkey with each and every one of the Broncos, so we try and not repeat the same exact color. So this one we went a little bit deeper, a little bit more vibrant with the orange tone. Let's see, what else can I tell you? It has the Sport Brake package. It has the Sport pedals. It has the Chilowich textiles, the 5.0 Coyote Mustang GT to the AX15 close ratio 5-speed to the Atlas II part-time shift-on-the-fly transfer case. On the inside it has the navigation, the Chilowich option as I mentioned, which denotes the insert upholstery on the seats, as well as the removable mats that are lined in Dynamat and rubber-backed. It just kind of breaks up the interior a little bit, and also helps your butt during the winter because you won't cook your ass real hurry in the sun, and then during the summer, and then during the winter, the carbon fiber optional heaters allow, they breathe really quickly with that woven insert. This dash grill you see, we redesigned a fair bit. We've started CNCing those. They start as a 96-pound chunk of billet aluminum, and then we throw chips for hours upon hours over at our friends at Neil Fay Enterprises, and then it ends up about 22 pounds. And I like it better than our original one because it has that added dimension and the depth of it. As with all of the Icon Broncos, we start with a complete original vintage Bronco. We then maintain the original body structure and restore it and modify it to comply with our fit dynamics, which is mostly related to interior configurations, speaker box panels, seat mounts, brackets, audio, interior cabinet panels, redesign of the dash and the heat fin AC mount, stuff like that. On the exterior, we really leave the body pretty much as designed by Ford. We've redesigned the rearview mirrors, the door handles, the light guards, the tailgate insert, the tail light guards, the front bumper, the rear bumper, the tire carrier, the lighting, and the grille. I think that's it. Otherwise, we pretty much left it alone. Here you see the rear LED optional light bar that comes on with your reverse lights, and there's also a toggle switch for the tailgaters under the dash. Tailgate insert is laser cut brushed stainless. Tail lights are a circuit board of embedded diodes. They work out really cool. Side markers are either reflectors or lights, whatever's correct for the year, and then we have two variants of the trim guards that we make. The front emblems we pretty much left stock, other than we added ICO in, and we fabricate those out of aluminum instead. Headlights, marker lights, actually every light on the whole truck. I love diodes, so everything is LED. The ICON letters are CNC'd in stainless and enameled for us by Ford supplier. There you see the thimble for The synthetic line cable made by our friends at Viking, which goes to the Warren 9.5XI. Here you see our gauges done by Dakota Digital in a CNC'd aluminum housing with stainless inserts. There you see the portable navigation and dash, lights, wipers, fan, vent, temp, power port, courtesy light, glove box. Glove box is pretty cool. It's comprised of about 9 different pieces. Totally inefficient manufacturing, but super cool. Here's the control box down by the shifters, which I really like for, right by the TK shifters for the ARB compressor and lockers. There you see the Chilowich mats, and then you see the Icon CNC sport pedals with our little lizard upon them. This truck also has the optional fire extinguisher, which is just out of frame, so basically it's right underneath your knees under the seat. And again, more CNC knobs for the hood release and brake release. The rear lift gate and the hood are now on hydraulic shocks, and the sill plates here are CNC'd and powder-coated Icon Volcanic Black. On the interior cargo panels and door panels, that's the Mercedes vinyl stitched over the stock wrap, and then a CNC'd insert by Mixed Tricks behind the handle paddle. And then my door panels, we use brushed stainless paneling that's intended for elevators in nice buildings, and then we laser cut it and attach it with the aircraft grade hardware there. Here's the back seat, more Chilowich. You see the cargo panels, which integrate the full call audio speakers, amplifier, courtesy lights, and power port in the rear, as well as the JL audio base. Here's our roll cage, powder coated in the Icon Volcanic Black, and it's MIG welded chrome molybdenum. Headliner is Alcantara in the stock pattern, and here are those rosen visors and stuff again in the front. Tailgate design, the rear bumper we designed pretty much as per my FJ bumper design. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But this time we did a single carrier only. So you have that CNC'd handle. This opens and goes click onto a little ramp. Here you see the joy of having lift shocks instead of those annoying rattly little elbow linkages the factory ran. This client ordered the X-Jack, which attaches to your tailpipe and lets you lift the truck in all sorts of different terrain. And then here's our Viking recovery gear kit that accompanies the winch option. Also to its right, you'll see the power tank and its removable cradle, which was another request this client had. Oh boy, what else? We recently switched from American Racing to Black Rock wheels. US made, great wheel. I prefer the finish. It's a little bit more of a true black versus the Teflon finish on the Chinese made American Racing wheels was a little milky. Underhood's 5.0 dead stock trim, other than some sexy stainless badging and dress up. The ECU's built into the wheel well there. Each truck gets a serial plate indicating the design team and the number of truck it is in the series of manufacture. And that's my whole story, so I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you have any questions, let us know. icon4x4.com. Here's a little bit of a walkthrough of the chassis and suspension and powertrain underneath. So front axle is a Dana 44 by Dynatrac with superior axle fine spline internals. The front brakes are done by our good friends at Stop Tech. So that's a private label 6-piston front caliper with T4041 hardware vented and slotted oversized rotors. There you see the radius arms with the US made Johnny joints. Those are 1/2-inch thick TIG welded steel. You see the ceramic coated mandrel bent exhaust system and the rear suspension triangulated 4-link, again with Johnny joints running Eibach and Fox Racing coils. There's the belly side of the 5.0 Coyote, mated to the Aisin AX15 to the Atlas II transfer case, and there you see the power steps. Rear axle is a Dana 60 Pro Rock high pinion. All new, no use parts all the way down to the casting, and again with Stop Tech engineered brakes, standalone calipers for parking brake, and then 2-piston, 2-piece rotor, blah, blah, blah. There's some more detail of the ceramic exhaust. This truck's running the BF Goodrich all-terrains, we run the muds or the alls. This time we went with the alls, a little bit more compliant on the road. And then this client ordered the sport suspension, which denotes the nitrogen charge with the remote canister shocks. Here's the front sway bar system, which was super tricky to design. Tucks in there real nice. And then full travel clearance without hitting the pan. The panhard bar is nice and tight out of the way. And then some more close-up of John Curry's joints, which we prefer over Heim's joints. We only run Heim's on the sway bars, but we run Johnny's where there's any sort of radiation of vibration through to the chassis. And that's pretty much my whole story. So thanks again for taking the time to get familiar with our antics here at Icon. Take care.